So I wanted to give you a quick update on why there are no new videos. And the shortest version of the story is that it has to do with recent global events and mental health and reading. Oh yeah, and hi, I'm Claire, and I like some books. The slightly longer version of what I just said is that Putin invading the Ukraine is in itself an amazing human catastrophe, which for me personally is multiplied by the fact that I spent my childhood in the early 90s in Croatia. If that doesn't ring any bells for you, you can Google the Yugoslav wars and get educated on that particular crappy bit of history. Regardless of that, I do have problems with my mental health in general. Those problems, mostly concerning depression, have flared up during the pandemic. But back then, can you believe it? It was 2 years ago, but it feels like it was a decade ago now. So back then, I have managed to deal with my stress and the anxiety by reading. That is how this channel started, because I just read so much and I had thoughts about those books that I read and I wanted to say something about them. And as coping mechanisms go, reading books is a fairly good one. It came to the point where I set myself a goal for this year, which was read less than 100 books. Since this war in Ukraine started, I'm not sure how to explain this to you all. Me and almost everybody I know, we are all having flashbacks. And I'm just thinking, not this shit again. But it is happening. We as humanity have learned nothing. Before I break down again, I'm just gonna say that here is where my coping mechanism has completely failed me. Not only does it not work, I am so far beyond, I don't even know what the emotion is. I don't even have words to describe how I'm feeling. But the bottom line is that I'm so far beyond anything that I don't even want to read anymore. Audible had a sale, and of course I got way too many books. I don't think I read any one. No, I did read a 2-hour one. Yeah, in 2 weeks, which for me is basically nothing. And as you can imagine, apart from not being able to read anything, I am also not really feeling like making any fun videos. I don't think I can make a fun video without acknowledging what is going on. And if I acknowledge what is going on, then how can it be a fun video? Because this is anything but fun. And I think this video is my conclusion on what is the right thing to do. In the sense of I will acknowledge the whole situation here. It's absolutely bonkers that in the 21st century we have to go through something like this in Europe again. So that if I in future make any other videos, if I will feel mentally and physically capable of doing it, you should also know that I've probably spent half of the day crying as well. That's what I do now. That's my job now. I read the news and I cry. How are you all? How are you holding up? Are you able to read? I so wish I could read and just transport myself into another universe. Just not to think about this one for a second. Have you any other coping techniques? I would be interested in trying them out. I need a few of those now. Looking at the positives, At least I think I will hit my goal of reading less than 100 books in a year. That's a positive note I can leave you on.